Tough game. Great game by North Texas. Coach does a great job with those guys. They were definitely, he had those guys ready to play. I'll take all of this because I didn't have my guys ready and prepared to play. This is definitely a coaching error in this game, and I just have to do better next game.
What was the first thing that you saw where you had that realization that they weren't prepared?
At the beginning of the game, they hit all those threes.
Penny, it seemed like y'all had solved that problem of overhelping, and then it kind of came back real quick today. What changed that guys were wide open?
It was me, bro. I have to do a better job of explaining. I didn't do a good enough job explaining.
Do you mind elaborating? What do you mean explaining?
I mean, about who they were and what was going to happen because they want to shoot threes.
You got SMU coming up. How do you play against them? What are you going to tell your team going into that one?
Just go fight. That's it. Just fight. Don't worry about any X's and O's. Just go fight. We knew this was going to be a tough trip with both teams, two of the best defensive teams in our conference.
You were close to North Texas in the standings before this game, now tied. Just how big is this going down the stretch?
It's big for them, bad for us. You know, obviously they got two guys out that are going to be coming back, so they're going to get better. And, you know, we just have to continue to get better as well.
Even when y'all were down 14 and you rally all the way back, I think you got it within 2 at some point in the second half. But then the body language changes. What happens there to where guys go from being engaged to not?
I'm not sure. Again, I just obviously didn't have them prepared well enough. I don't know what happens when that happens, though. I mean, I've tried to figure it out by watching film with guys that I see it happen to, and it changes for a little bit, and then it goes back to where it was.
Was there something specific with David's performance? I think he was 2 of 13 from the field.
I think David's performance was definitely hampered by trying to chase around Jason Edwards in the first half. That's not what I wanted from him. He took the challenge, and it hurt him more than it hurt Jason because he actually had a great game. And David, scoring-wise, this is David's worst game because, to me, he was tired. I told him to allow somebody else to do it. His pride was like, I got it. And it definitely hurt us on the offensive end.
Do you guys think you guys were going, too much from 3 and shooting 9 for 29 from 3? Do you think it should have been more inside?
Yeah, we had a lot of bad shots today. We went back to that today, everybody trying to win the game. Wasn't a lot of open shots because what they do is they try to run you off the line. So it was actually one more pass. And we resorted back to some really bad stuff that we had been happening to us early in the season at the wrong time. You can't do it on the road right now.
I know hindsight's 2020, and you mentioned that you didn't have your guys prepared to play. Was there anything looking back leading up to this game that you can say, hey, this was a red flag?
Nope. I didn't see any red flags at home when we were working on the game plan. I didn't see any red flags.
How was North Texas able to get so many good looks early from 3 where they got off those 6 early on?
Just bad decision making. We understood who was who, and it was just kind of bad decision making. And they made us pay on every last one of them.
Is there anything that you saw tonight that is particularly frustrating in the sense that it's sort of been like issues that have repeatedly shown up at bad times?
I'm lost for words on that question, to be honest. I am. With 7 games left to go in the season, now 6, I'm lost for words on that question.
How do you move forward knowing that there are only 6 games left in the regular season and your margin for error was pretty slim as far as the postseason outlook was concerned?
Yeah, you just got to keep fighting or start fighting harder from the beginning of the game. I thought we were a little soft at the beginning of the game because we were pressing and Jaquan and Dave were up working, and then the back line wasn't up high enough, and then we just weren't. Then we subbed the bigs in, Malcolm and Jordan, and we made a run and got back into the game. So felt like we had it under control then, and then came back in the second half, and they went on a 10-0 run where Jason Edwards hit 7 of the 10, and then Aaron Scott hit a 10-0 run. And then I think we turned the ball over a bunch in that little segment as well, or got bad shots.
Penny, you've talked about this a bit before. during that 4-game losing streak. But, you know, with an at-large bid maybe out of reach now, what is it going to take for you and the staff to keep guys motivated and keep them hungry to play for something?
Well, you know, at the end of the day, you got to fight. I mean, that's just what it's all about. We're never going to quit. It's just disappointing after a game when you go in there and you see how it goes. You got to muster it up, get the guys ready to play. They'll be ready to play against SMU. We just got to fight as soon as the tip happens. We can't wait. Can't wait. But it's not going to be a problem getting these guys up for the next game. I mean, these are fifth-year guys. They got to know that it's coming to an end. And when you play a game like this, you know, you're hurting yourself if you're not going to go out there and fight the entire game.